DJ Winterstorm has been my DJ name. How long did I say? 20 years?
20 years.
Yes, 20 whole years. So, some of you may know me from the morning show on Mix 94.5. I've been doing that for about 12 years. Thank you. And I work currently with a stand-up comic, a former stand-up comic. Well, Kevin is a stand-up comic, let's face facts. He just, doesn't always go out and perform. So the pressure is kind of on when we're in the studio together to, I guess, one-up each other when it comes to one-liners and getting in the last word. So when I told him I was doing this tonight, he's like, I'm not coming. Which is not true. He's like, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I've got other plans, and he said, I wish I could be there, but he said, if you're nervous, that's good. I'm like, all right, it's good. So, and I did mention earlier that doing stand-up has been on my bucket list. I mean, I don't have, I guess, a bucket list per se, but if it was going to be one of those things I wanted to do before I die, this is definitely up there. I think for as long as I remember as a kid, I watched those old improv shows late at night after mom and dad went to bed. Evening at the Improv, I think, is what they were called. And before I think I even realized what I actually wanted to do with my life was I wanted to be a stand-up comic. So it's really not surprising I ended up in radio doing what I do. But today, of course, we've got a huge winter storm that kind of blew through the area. So thanks, you guys, for coming out and braving the weather. And it just so happened to be on Friday the 13th. Does anybody believe bad juju that Friday the 13th brings? I never was a believer in that until I discovered autocorrect. And it may sound like paranoia, but I think autocorrect is out to get me. So, this happened a couple of years ago. I had just had hernia surgery, and I've got two boys. They were going to spend the weekend with Grandma and Grandpa, and my husband was going to take care of me. So he brings me home from the hospital. I'm all on the couch, and I'm about to slide into a nice painkiller dream. And he gets a phone call from his mom. Lets it go to voicemail. He checks it. So he decides to text her to let her know everything's okay. That just got VM. Nothing wrong with that. Until his psycho autocorrect decided it should say, just got BJ. To my mother-in-law. Now, thankfully, he caught it before it actually sent to my mother-in-law. So, I'm starting the wave of the painkillers, and I'm thinking this is actually kind of hilarious. So we're having a good laugh about it. I said, who would really like this? Kevin, my coworker on the morning show. He's like, yes, Kevin would really like this. Text it to him. Okay. So he goes off to the kitchen, and I hear, no. Backing up a few steps. So in my husband's list of contacts, right next to Kevin, is my dad's name. So, what's worse than almost accidentally texting your mother-in-law, just got BJ, is actually physically sending it to your dad. And he's freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just sent this to your dad. What's he gonna do? My phone starts ringing. Display says, Dad. So here I am, hopped up on painkillers. Ideally, you just let that one go to voicemail. What do? Hey, Dad! What's up? How's it going, honey? I think you never get to an age where you can jokingly have that conversation with your dad. I'm like, I just got back from surgery. He's like, you're all right? I'm like, yeah, it was a mistext. Autocorrect is awful. I'll talk to you later, Dad. So, if I seem paranoid about autocorrect, that's why. Also, and I'm seriously convinced that autocorrect is out to get me because, and it's just on my husband's phone. And I don't even get why this happens. We've got two young boys. Our oldest one's named Gavin. And he'll send me texts from now and then, how was Gavin's day? But for some reason, his phone decides it's going to autocorrect our son's name to, how do I say this? part of the female body that has all those same letters. So I get that text. How was so-and-so's day? I'm like, well, that's awfully personal, even though so, yeah. Autocorrect, you know, it's a beautiful thing, but I'm just saying. So, I talked about my kids. I've got 2 little boys. Any other parents in the audience tonight? Kids are great, right?
Yes.
Yes. Kids are awesome. And then, but here's why you can never be friends with your kids. Because they will call you out every single opportunity they get. For example, I'm in the grocery store with my youngest. His name is Logan. And he's cute, and he's funny, and he's going to be 4 at the end of March. And I don't know what had happened. During the weekend, we had, I don't know, like an ultimate sort of food fest, and things were not sitting well intestinally. So we're at the store, and thinking, you know, I'm walking through the produce aisle, and I'm going to be able to, you know, crop dust over here, and kind of get away with it, until my son goes, Mommy, that doesn't smell good. Oh my gosh, they're never going to let me shop at Schnucks again, ever. So yeah. Oh, and I told my kids that I was coming here tonight to tell jokes. So, because I mean, they're 3 and 7. So this is what they can understand. And so my oldest, he goes, Mommy, you gotta tell them this joke. You gotta tell them this joke. I said, okay, what is it? Knock, knock. Interrupting cow. Moo! That's his favorite joke. Well, thank you so much. That's all I got for you. Thank you for indulging me. And please, help out with Friends of Santa. You guys are great.